Hello, this is Otto Preminger. And wait a minute, it's not Otto Preminger. It's not. I'm Alfred Hitchcock, and I'd like to tell you about Trailers from Hell. No, wait, I'm not. This is John Huston, and I'd like to do Trailers from Hell. Oh, that Larry Cohen, he couldn't make it here today to talk about Park Row. Park Row, directed by Sam Fuller. Anyway, I'm Larry Cohen, and I was a good friend of Sam Fuller. Park Row was one of the most definitive movies he made because it was basically about his life. Because he started off, as a copy boy and then a reporter, and he'd always wanted to make this picture. And I think he made this picture with his own money, which is never such a good idea. It was a labor of love. Beautifully photographed, I think. And starring Sam's version of Spencer Tracy, Gene Evans, who I call the low-budget Spencer Tracy. For those people who didn't know what Park Row was, that's where all the newspapers were located during that period, the turn of the century, when newspapers were really newspapers. In those days, my God, when I was a kid growing up in New York City, there was like 6 or 7 newspapers that came out every single day. The Times, the Mirror. This was an era of newspapers. And this period when they're doing this movie was an era of even more newspapers. That's where everybody got their information. And so Sam, he lived through this, and he wanted to put it on the screen so people would see it and know how volatile it was to be in the newspaper business. I had the pleasure of actually directing Sam Fuller in a movie called Return to Salem's Lot, in which Sam played a guy who goes up to New England hunting Nazis and finds vampires instead. Sam had been in other people's movies, but they only gave him usually a couple of lines or one day's work, where I gave him 4 weeks' worth of employment. Sam was a great guy to direct. He directed about 22 movies, but as an actor, he didn't know a camera right from camera left. So I'd have to sneak out under the camera and grab him by the hips and move him to the right or move him to the left to get the shot. But his acting was terrific. He actually stole every scene that he was in. But for those people who like Sam Fuller movies, don't miss Park Row, because it's pure Sam Fuller.